So I finally got around to rotating the tires on this truck. I think it's only the second time I've rotated them. The first time I took it into Bell Tire where I had them put on at, and they didn't rotate them properly. They didn't switch like from side to side. They just put the front ones on the back and the back ones on the front. So they were starting to cup a little bit. Nothing serious. It was just hardly noticeable with a tire gauge, I guess, a tread depth gauge. But I did notice it. So I just rotated these tires. I took the front driver's side and put it on the rear passenger, and then the rear passenger back I just switched them diagonally. And I have 131,921 miles on the truck. I had these tires put on at 111,500, so I've got a little over 20,000 miles on these tires. And they're a little bit loud right now because they weren't properly rotated, but it should even out. They'll smooth out and go back to being quiet again, but I'll quit talking so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. And that's at 65 mile an hour. So there's a little bit of hum to them now, but nothing too serious. Like when you turn the air on and get the radio going, you can't really hear it, but it's nothing too serious. They are wearing real well. Like I think I've only worn a couple 30 seconds off of them, maybe 2 or 3 30 seconds at 20,000 miles. And I do a lot of towing with this truck. I have a ZR2 S10 that I've lifted and put 33s on, and I haul it around to off-road events. And I've hauled the truck to southern Indiana twice on my flatbed trailer behind this. I've hauled vehicles back from auction from southern Indiana. I live in the very northern tip of Indiana, so it's a 4-hour drive on the highway. But the tires do real well. Towing, they did awesome last winter. They do well in the rain. It was like a torrential downpour the other day when I was on my way home from work, and was steadily hitting puddles where the road was flooded, and it was cutting right through the water. So they do real well. I'm thrilled with the performance of them. I think I'll easily get 80, 90,000 miles out of them, no problem, maybe even 100, if I can keep them rotated on time anyway. But I just figured I'd do another update video on them. I don't have my tread depth gauge with me, but I'll make another video to show exactly how much they've worn. I don't remember right off the top of my head how much tread they have new. I think it was like 18 or 19 30 seconds. So it's quite a bit of tread, but they still have plenty left. You can't even tell that they've worn hardly at all. But like I said, they're Toyo open country AT3s, 33x12.5s on 22s. I'd recommend these tires to anybody. I was considering getting cheaper tires when I was looking around, but the mileage you get out of them, you know, I would have bought 2 sets of cheaper tires to this one set of Toyos for the mileage, you know. And they would have been loud. With cheaper tires, you can run into balancing issues, getting them rebalanced all the time. But definitely, if you can afford the Toyo open country AT3s, I'd recommend them over a cheaper tire. They're well worth the money.